All right. Meanwhile, the president seemed to absolve Kim Jong-un of any responsibility in the torture and death of Otto Warmbier. Take a look.
In those prisons and those camps, you have a lot of people, and some really bad things happened to Otto. Some really, really bad things.
Why are you?
But he tells me that he didn't know about it, and I will take him at his word.
Well, the Warmbier family was shocked at that, and so were top Republicans.
The blood of Otto Warmbier is on the hands of Kim Jong-un.
And the Warmbiers issued this statement: Kim and his evil regime are responsible for the death of our son Otto. Kim and his evil regime are responsible for unimaginable cruelty and inhumanity. No excuses or lavish praise can change that. Question: why did the president take Kim's word that he didn't know?
Look, the president has been very clear, both in public and I've heard him in private in the Oval Office, that he considers what happened to Otto Warmbier to be despicable and barbaric. And I think he made that clear in Hanoi and made it clear subsequently. I think the best thing the North Koreans...
Let me just interrupt for a second. He says, I'm going to just read you the quote back again that we just played. Kim tells me that he didn't know it, and I will take him at his word. Yeah. Why did he say that?
What he's trying to convey is that he's got a difficult line to walk to negotiate with Kim Jong-un and at the same time demand what I think North Korea would find very much in its own best interest: give us a complete accounting of who was responsible for what happened to Otto Warmbier. That would go a long way to improving relations.
But this is not the first time that the president has taken the word of an autocrat over outside evidence.
He's not taking the word. He said, when he says, I'm going to take him at his word, it doesn't mean that he accepts it as reality. It means that he accepts that's what Kim Jong-un said.
So when he says, I take him at his word, it doesn't mean that he believes Kim Jong-un?
Well, that's what he said. I think one way to prove that is to give the United States a complete accounting.
Okay. Regardless of it, this is not the first time the president has sided with an autocrat over outside evidence. Here's what the president said about the Saudi murder of Jamal Khashoggi.
I hate the crime. I hate what's done. I hate the cover-up. And I will tell you this, the Crown Prince hates it more than I do, and they have vehemently denied it.
And here is the president at the Helsinki summit with Putin on whether Russia interfered in the 2016 election.
I have great confidence in my intelligence people, but I will tell you that President Putin was extremely strong and powerful in his denial today.
Why does the president trust Putin and MBS and Kim over U.S. intelligence?
I don't think that's what he's saying. And again, if you take the case of Khashoggi, he and others in the administration have said repeatedly, we want from Saudi Arabia a complete top-to-bottom explanation of what happened.
It's been months and you haven't gotten it, and the Senate has been calling for stricter sanctions, and you guys are opposing it. It certainly would happen in the case of Putin. He specifically said U.S. intelligence says this, but Putin says no.
And fundamentally, in the case of all three of those countries, we've got to pursue American national interest. And that involves matters much weightier, much more important than some of these statements by the leaders. Look, foreign leaders who are friends of ours lie to our face as well. This is nothing new in international relations.
But forgive me, and you go back to the Reagan years too, as do I. Ronald Reagan, when he was dealing with Mikhail Gorbachev over the most sensitive issues, continued to call him out on human rights and the abuses in the Soviet gulags. He didn't shy away from confronting Gorbachev with the tough issues.
I don't think President Trump has either. Certainly, as you heard, even in the tapes you played, again, on the Khashoggi thing or on Otto Warmbier, he's decried the acts that we're concerned about as barbaric.
Okay. There are reports. I got to say, there's a lot of tough stuff to talk to you about today.